We went to the Northwest Overland Expo for the first time, and we checked out all of the truck campers at the show. We're going to take you on a quick video tour of the 6 different truck campers that we saw at the show, and just give you a little inspiration if you're kind of looking for truck campers. What did you think of the show?
I thought it was neat. I thought there were a lot of really cool ideas and a lot of new rigs that are meeting the market, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of really neat people.
Yeah, the first booth actually as you come into the show, and this is located here in Redmond, Oregon, was from Earth Cruiser, who's actually based here in Central Oregon in Bend. And they had the Terra Nova truck camper, which is a composite style truck camper that's basically put onto a full-size Super Duty chassis in this case, and really cool design, pop top, electric lifts for it. On the inside, it resembles a lot of the Earth Cruiser other offerings where they have kind of a marine grade interior. Very light and open. Did you like the inside of that one?
I thought it was very light and open. I don't know that it would work for us for long-term travel, just because some of the setup in it was pretty minimalistic, and I did like how clean it was and how nicely finished it was. It just, the setup itself, I don't know that is my favorite.
They use really high quality components. It's certainly not the value or economic choice for truck campers, but a lot of high quality, a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah, it's beautifully designed.
Really nice unit. The second booth we saw was from 4-Wheel Campers, which is kind of a staple of the off-road slide-in camper type of world. We saw one of their fleet slide-ins that was on a Toyota Tacoma, and there was a Hawk slide-in camper, and they also had the flatbed Hawk camper. And I really like the 4-Wheel Campers for, I guess, just simplicity, and I guess today they're kind of one of the more value priced options, which is kind of crazy to think $30,000 or $40,000 campers a value camper, but they are really very basic, fairly lightweight, so they work well for kind of off-road rough use. We had one.
We did.
So you still like those campers?
Well, there are things that I love about it, and there are things that I didn't love about it. I liked how ninja they were. I like the fact that we could go pop it down and fit into a lot of areas. I wasn't nearly as concerned about being top heavy.
Yeah, so the sliding campers, they're really low profile over the cab.
They are.
They're very, very low. I think our Tundra was 8 foot high with the camper and the bed. And that's pretty great. You could fit it into taller garages and whatnot, which is really nice. But those were pretty nice campers. The next one, they actually didn't have a booth for it, but the owner let us walk through the Hallmark pop-up. And
yeah, I liked that one.
It was at the Bowen Flatbed booth, and he had a custom flatbed. It was a really cool truck build because what he did is took a short bed Super Duty truck and he put an 8-foot flatbed on it. So you basically got the shorter wheelbase, but then the longer camper. And that flatbed option with the sliding camper is really cool because you get tons of storage down the entire length of the side of the bed. And that flatbed looked pretty nice because it's all gasketed. And it's probably fairly weather tight, I imagine. The inside of it was really pretty nice. I think that was the first time I was in a Hallmark camper. And I think my only criticism of it would be that in order to get all the features that our shorter truck camper has, it had to be an 8-foot bed length. So it did have a bath or a toilet area, cassette toilet inside, a really huge kitchen, felt super open and airy.
It did. Very light.
Yeah, I like those huge windows for the dinette.
And I thought they were really functional. The dinette was a really nice size and a nice setup too.
Yeah, and I think it's a really nice option for a truck camper, and they're built pretty high quality, so you can actually do some cold weather camping in it, unlike the 4-Wheel Camper, which, you know, is kind of moderate for colder weather, even with their extra insulation that they have. But I really like that. Another booth we saw was Scout Campers, and we saw the Mortels had their camper kind of on display with their Bowen Flatbed, but then we also walked through the booth for the Scout Campers. Scout campers are really unique because they are a hard-sided, non-pop-up camper that's composite construction, and they're really, I would say, minimalistic design. Super lightweight.
Super lightweight. I would definitely say they're more of a weekend warrior than I would say long-term living. They can be adapted for long-term living. It's just going to take a lot of work. They don't really have a water system or storage tank other than gravity fed from a jerry can, which for Peter and I, that definitely isn't something that's really functional, considering we have water filtration where we can pump off of leaks and that sort of stuff. And I think it's just it's really neat because it's very simplistic and very light, and it's great for what it is. I just don't know that it's a good setup for us or for long term.
I think it's a really cool product offering because of keeping the amenities pretty minimal, that it keeps the weight pretty low, so it's actually functional on a lighter duty truck such as a Tundra, which is pretty cool to have a solid wall camper. So if you want to use it to go up in the snow, it would be very functional. It has that really unique kind of fireplace option that's a propane fire, and then it looked like they just added a diesel heater option to the back. It's kind of a weird little container add-on to the back of the camper. They've got a bunch of kind of weird options, but it's very utilitarian, functional, minimalistic. The cabinetry has no door faces, which is a little weird.
I don't know how that would work, especially since most of these campers are designed to go off-road. I feel as if all of your things would fall out. That may be awkward. I know that we did see cabinets built into those open spaces, which you can do. I think it does take quite a bit of work and ingenuity to make it work for longer term, I think.
Yeah,
but it can be done.
The nice thing with those is, just from a design standpoint, they're really kind of beautiful modern design, super clean. It's nice to see in the camper industry, which is traditionally more RV based and rather archaic as far as the color sets and just the layouts and whatnot. I think they really did a great job with it. It's nice to see another option of a truck camper that's unique to the market.
Yeah.
And the majority of people have jobs and are probably only going to use it for a handful of trips a year. And this is pretty ideal for that, because really it's more just a shell to get out of the bad weather.
Yes, it'll keep you dry, it'll keep you warm.
Yeah, warm, that's comfortable, quiet. Really nice awning style windows on that unit, and super open because it's got really limited, upper cabinetry, and nice unit. I think that's a great option for people that are looking to get into the truck camper world, and a lot more comfort than a pop-up for sure. You just have a little taller camper.
Right. Yeah.
Another booth that we saw was actually a newcomer in the truck camper world, the Super Tramp pop-up camper. And these guys are doing a lot of innovation. It's really fun to see. These campers and Scout, I think, are kind of leading the whole marketplace on new and kind of cutting edge stuff. They built it completely composite construction, which is fun because they made the shape of it more interesting to look at than a four-wheel camper that's a straight box, which is really cool. It has much more modern design and features and appearance to it. The roof system on it is electric 4 motors, which is unique from like Hallmark and four-wheel pop-up campers where you have to manually lift and lower it.
Stress system.
This one, push button, up it goes. It has a unique underfloor drawer pullouts, so if you open the door, you can have access to this drawer that's underneath the floor area in the camper. I thought that was a really cool idea. The interior layout was really open.
Absolutely. Very bright.
Very bright. The finish is very similar to the Earth Cruiser because it's
very well done.
That composites, fiberglass construction, so you have really clean, really no issues with having any sort of water damaging wood type of stuff in a camper. A lot of advantage to that style of construction. They used a bunch of CNC metalwork for the door faces and drawers and exterior, which is just fun to see. It's just a unique construction for sure. Storage is really plentiful. They had a little cassette toilet inside. lots of tie down options for hanging stuff inside. And another really unique feature with it was the bed securing system. Traditionally campers use some sort of exterior tie downs or turnbuckles, and these guys designed their own tie down system, and it looks as though it just slides into a front catch of some sort in the bed, and then it uses some of the torque lift fast guns to hold it in the back.
Oh, yeah,
so
the shorties.
it'd be really easy to put it on and off, and I think it would hold it in really well. What was your thoughts on that camper? What stuff did you like with it?
I loved their latches. I thought their latches were really nice. They're great. They connect really, really well, and they're very flush and clean looking.
For the drawers and stuff?
For the drawers and stuff, yeah. They had a ton of storage. One of my dislikes was the cassette toilets just hanging out in the middle. I mean, it's hidden, obviously, so when you walk in, you can't see it. But
there's no walls around it.
If there's anyone else in the camper, you're just kind of hanging out. So
but,
that I think is a little
trade-off
awkward.
a bit, because you get that extra seating area because
right,
it has.
You don't have the enclosure around the bathroom.
Yeah, so you have a basically a flip-down lid, and you can sit on top of your toilet as a bench. So that's kind of unique, but yeah, it's weird because if you're using it, you'd only want friends. Or maybe no friends inside the camper. So kick them all out.
It does have a shower too, which I thought was really nice. Where the cassette sits also is the shower pan, and you can just attach the shower curtain around the top, which that's okay. I mean, I still have concerns about getting water all over the place just because, I mean, it's just a shower curtain between you and the world. But
yeah,
I think it's nice that those features are still in the camper.
And this is their first product offering, and I think that they've brought a lot of innovation to the market.
Really have.
And I think they'll probably continue to come up with newer and better ways of doing stuff. But it's a really cool company. It's nice to see some new creativity coming to the truck camper world. And if you haven't checked that out, definitely do it. I'll put a link in the description below with all the different truck campers websites so you can check them out. The last truck camper that we saw was from NW Overland, the Atura, I believe is how you say it, flatbed camper. And this is brand new. They just had the prototype, I think, out last year at some point. But it is such a unique shape, and it's a hard-sided truck camper that's all composite, super crazy lightweight. And they kind of try to make it similar, I think, to the Scout camper, but a lot more usable than the Scout camper. What did you think of the inside on that one?
I thought it was super functional for most of it. I thought the cooktop sink area was just a little small for being fully functional. It has the smaller, I think it's Dometic sink that...
Oh, it's a combo unit.
It's a combo unit, so it's a rather small sink. But the bed area was a great space. The fridge was huge, probably the largest we've seen in any of the campers. And I loved their dinette area. Their dinette was very large and very functional. That was really nice. So it's kind of interesting.
Had a huge chest-style fridge freezer and really good quality of components. Some stuff is a little weird is that they don't have drawers. They use kind of like these baskets and whatnot. But at least they had retainers to kind of keep them from sliding out. And not a lot, really no upper cabinetry, which makes it feel bigger, but it does take a lot of your storage away.
It's true.
It's a little pro and con. Keeping that upper area open gives you a lower center of gravity, but storage is a thing. It's all a trade-off in the end.
Yeah, when you're in the camper for 3 to 4 months at a time, or if you live full time in it, the upper storage is very utilized. We use ours all the time.
But you do want to keep the weight low if you're off-roading. I think it's a really great camper, and it's kind of in between. I think it's one step up from a Scout camper. If you're going on a little longer trips, I think it would be a lot easier to facilitate them with a little more comfort with that camper. And I think the quality of construction materials are really good on it. And they're a great company. They also make a bunch of different kind of in-between, entry-level stuff where they have the, truck bed pop-ups and the wedge campers and stuff like that, which aren't quite a truck camper, but it's great if you are only using it occasionally and you want just a little bit better comforts than a ground tent. Anyways, those were the 6 truck campers that we saw at the show this year. And I know that the expo show, the big one up in Flagstaff, they have even more, and we might have to hit that up next year. But if you have any questions on any of those campers, post them up below. And if you guys would have any interest in us doing a full video tour on any of these campers, post that up too in the comments section, and we'll look at scheduling a time to do a full walkthrough on them. This is just a quick overview, kind of flyby view of the different campers, and maybe give you some ideas if you're in the market looking for something.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. The expo was great. I think
it was so much fun.
The best part was just meeting a lot of people. And
yes.
They basically have all the vendors in the overland world bring their best, newest stuff, and you can check them all out and talk with people, and a lot of like-minded overland type people.
Yeah, it was really, really neat. I think the people were definitely my favorite.
Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will catch you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching.